Well, this next video will tell you what's really cool about the internet. Here's a guy actually who taught camping and hiking and stuff like that at a university. That's right, we actually have programs at university level that teach people about how to be living in the outdoors and stuff like that. Well, some of the researchers in another part of the university developed something like on a treadmill or whatever to generate electricity, because he, as a camper and an outdoors guy, was saying, okay, if you're out in the outdoors and you have no sun power for solar to recharge your battery, how do you do it? So these people had an idea of walking to recharge your cell phone. But the problem is the device they had was 40 pounds. So you're not going to carry around with that. So he made them tinker around with it till it got down to 2 pounds that you could put in a knapsack. And now you have this little gizmo in your knapsack. When you're walking, 5 minutes of walking gives you 15 minutes of talk time. Now, isn't that incredible? But it's more than that. I mean, I live in a rich suburb in Washington, D.C., and we run out of electricity sometimes for days. So instead of, getting this loud generator or whatever to recharge my cell phone, man, I can just take a walk up the street and back and recharge my cell phone. I mean, the people in Afghanistan, the military applications for this, I mean, they're walking all the time and they're using batteries for everything nowadays. So it's just, an incredible product to have for the world. Or how about people in third world countries? I mean, they have cell phones. They don't have electricity yet, but they have cell phones, and they have to, recharge these cell phones. Sometimes a guy drives around with a truck full of batteries that comes to the village and recharges them. So now this little gizmo, they're walking all the time, and they could recharge a cell phone and stay connected to the world. So what an idea, And now he's crowdfunding on the internet to get the money to go into production. He doesn't have to go through some big company to look for money, or fat cats who want to make $1 zillion and have no interest in anybody else who can't afford $1 million for this stuff. So it's fun. It's fun, and that's what's happening in the world now, is changing all the rules of the game. So watch this guy, how he did it. Learn how to do this so you can do it too, and bring your ideas out there for the rest of us. Watch. Well, Bill Ostrom of Go Kid Packs, man, you're going to save the world and not only give us free energy, but you're going to make us healthier by walking. You got this device that if you walk, man, you're going to recharge any battery you have to keep going in life, aren't you?
Yes, you are. Or you can talk longer in your cell phone.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, everything. We run on all this electronic nonsense. Yeah. And the batteries are the things that are stopping us, killing us.
Yeah, it is. Although you're going to see in the next year a big change in batteries.
Really?
For the positive, yeah.
Ah, so now I won't have to walk as far to recharge my battery.
Well, the unfortunate part is you're going to want to use it more for more battery-orientated things. So
I
more
see.
apps.
Well, yeah. So you have a little device, really, that it puts in your knapsack. You hook it to the back of your heels. Is that a strap or something you put on your
it's a retractable cord. So if you unhook it from your shoe or your ankle bracelet, it just automatically goes back to the pack.
It goes back up. And as you walk, that's generating power. And you say, like, in 5 minutes of walking, I could charge my phone for like 10, 15, 20 minutes of talk time. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
And add in the solar panel, and you can go even further.
Oh, you're going to do a solar panel now on this thing.
We are.
Right? So, rain or shine, you're going to be like the U.S. Post Office, right?
That's exactly it.
Rain or shine, you'll deliver the information because you'll have your battery. But that's, I mean, not only, people who want to, are outdoorsmen and stuff like this, but I see it, a great thing to have for traveling around the world. We're all world travelers nowadays, and we never know what kind of country that we plug something in is going to blow up our phone. Or
yeah, and the other big thing for us in Canada, and certainly you in the States, is disaster relief. You and I go to an area and we volunteer our time, and we stay in a hotel that has no power because there's nothing in the area. And you want to talk to your family, or you want to communicate, you want to do what you do with the media. Well, and where are you going to get power?
That's a must. Yeah, that's a must. Well, I mean, it's not only for places like Louisiana that have hurricanes all the time. And where I live in a suburb of Washington, D.C., man, we go without power sometimes for days.
Yeah.
And we're a rich suburb, man. We're like a third world country. And you're right. I can charge my cell phone. Well, now all I have to do is take a walk around the block because I run every day.
Yeah.
And I'm covered.
There you go.
God, that's amazing. And so right now, too, I mean, you got this device for less than $250 on your Kickstarter campaign, and people should get it now, because once you get on a campaign and retail and all those people get their hands in the pie, you're going to have to charge more. So this is really a good time to get it. But I mean, I could see it, you know, and I'm sure you have a military, you know, it'd be a wonderful thing, not carrying around all these batteries, and that you're moving all the time, you know.
Yeah, you know, the average right now in Afghanistan, if you're outside of the compound, the average soldier is using 20 to 30 AA batteries a day.
Wow!
For communication, for weaponry, for navigation.
Wow.
And they have different batteries than AA's, but the power, the amount we rely on power now is extensive.
So Duracell and Everready are really after you, aren't they?
They are, yeah. That Energizer bunny is.
Yeah. You got your own. We're all Energizer bunnies. We don't need the Energizer bunny anymore. We're ourselves. Be the Energizer.
Yeah, use yourself. Yeah,
exactly. We're the bunnies. Yeah, and that's terrific, because that's really self-reliance. You know, we don't have to rely. You can be off the grid and use your laptop and your phone and lights and everything just by walking around. Yeah. And that will lose weight too. I mean, at least
that's my objective.
Well, I thought Canada didn't have as much of a weight problem as we did.
Well, I maybe I'm the exception then.
I see. You're the outlier up in Canada.
You know, a bad knee for a year is really piled it on. But you know, you're right. You know, why not take some power off the grid and use walking? It's just fun, and it's good exercise, and you're getting power out of it. So in more ways than one.
But more so in a busy day. Like I just realized the other day I was on my phone for, you know, just an exceptional long time. So I'm out down on the Washington Mall, and I'm out of juice. You know, I don't have another battery. So I mean, this thing, and your pack is only like 2-3 pounds or whatever. So I mean, if I had that in my little fanny pack or whatever, and I just hook it on, and I'm walking along and I'm recharging. Huh?
Yeah, and where are you going to plug in if you're in a situation like that? You know, even if you could find a plug, you have to stay there.
So every family really needs one of these for vacation, at least, no matter where the heck they are. Not in the woods, but just down on the mall. Yeah. Wow. So what made you do this? I mean, how'd you get into want to save the world with energy?
Well, I've always been pretty passionate about the environment with packs and getting out to the outdoors. So, I mean, it started with a phone call. Hey, we have this idea in the university setting, and they said, we'd like to talk to you because we've done business with you. And when I saw it, it weighed 40 pounds. It was massive. You know, I said,
that was an exercise program.
I like the concept. And then they worked it down to 20 pounds and then down to 3 pounds. And when it got down to 3 pounds, I said, you know, we've got something. You guys have done great work. And basically, that was Queen's University, and we took it out of the university setting, and now we're bringing it to market. So,
but 40 pounds to 3 pounds, I mean, that sounds impossible. Yeah.
But it proved the concept that walking generated power, and they just needed to refine it, and they worked hard over 2 years to get it down to that weight. So,
I mean, was there a technological breakthrough?
Well, you know, I think it was looking at problems in a different way. You know, it was saying, well, you know, we can't plug in, and solar is a great concept, and it works really well when it's sunny. So what happens if it isn't sunny? And you know, the demand for electronics has gone through the roof. And the professor, his name is Ching-Hua Lee. He's Canadian, and he basically said, well, I have a different way of looking at it, and that's what brought it the idea out. And it was research, right? It was that's what the university system does, and they put it, in this case, they put it to really good use for something that can be used in an everyday way.
Right, But you know, what amazes me, though, too, is that you would think like 10, 15, 20 years ago, whatever, we both were in business for a while, if you had an idea like that, you would have to go to one of the big companies in the country, right? And be on their doorstep forever and hoping and maybes and get it
And I'm the
around.
opposite of a big company, Matthew.
Exactly. Yeah. And now with just you see it, a spark lights up in your mind, and you go on the internet and say, hey, I can raise money this way. And in another few weeks, this thing is going to be in people's ankles or whatever, creating energy. I mean, it's just amazing what our country has become, or our countries, or the
Yes.
world.
Well, we're neighbors.
Yeah. But even the technology or the process is ubiquitous. I mean, everyone's using it.
Yeah, and you're right. But it's a bit alarming at how simple when you get down to it. I mean, the electronics and everything is complicated. And the whole concept, putting it all together, is complicated. But now I'm looking at it, and I'm not a mechanical engineer. Now I'm understanding it, and now I'm seeing how it works, and it's like, this is great. It's simplicity at its best, and with the elements of adding in the modern technology. But it's for a simple purpose. Go for a walk, generate electricity. We don't need nuclear, we don't need coal fired, we don't need wind. Although wind and solar are my favorites too. So.
But I mean, it's more important. You're solving a problem, and a problem, that really needs to be paid attention to, and for not only in our country but all over the world. I mean, you just have something. I feel you found a passion. You could just work like hell at till you die, because we need it. And the world needs it, and thank God you're there for putting this thing together and trying to educate us that, you don't have to plug that in. Just use your legs.
Yeah, it's an alternative, that's for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Bill. And so to get it, you go to GoKinPacks, GoKinPacks.com, right? And get the deal while it's still on Kickstarter, because after that, man, you're going to pay more, right?
Thank you, Matthew.
You bet. Thank you. Take care.